Welcome back to the Titans franchise here on Madden 24, and today we're finally going to get into some gameplay here as we play through the 3 preseason games. The first 2 are on the road against the Bears and the Vikings, and then we play the third one at home against the Patriots. In this video, we're going to focus mainly on the highlights of these games. Mainly for us, we're not going to show a lot of their highlights because, if I'm being completely honest, just a little spoiler for you guys, all 3 teams we played against had a lot of highlights. But the entire point of the preseason is to see how guys like Malik Willis, Will Levis, Tyjae Spears, and everybody else who isn't like a core player at this moment, it's just to see how they perform. So let's get right into it. In the first quarter, this is the Bears' first drive of the game, and here's Justin Fields throwing right over the middle, and Eric Garr just got beat by DJ Moore, which honestly isn't that big of a deal because Garr isn't really a top corner for us. DJ Moore's their number 1 receiver. They go up 7-0, and now we're on offense, and here's Tyjae Spears running. He picks up a first down, but he's going to be injured on the play. Thankfully, it's not either one of his knees, it's just an elbow injury, and he would not return to this game. So now Hassan Haskins is going to get some action here as he picks up a first down on 2nd and 6. Now 2nd and 5, Willis will drop back. He'll throw to the right. That's caught by Kyle Phillips, and Phillips gets into Bears territory up to the 38-yard line. Now we're up to the 17, 3rd and 2. Here's a handoff to Haskins up the middle, and he's able to pick up the first down, getting inside the 10. We go to a 4th and goal, however, and Haskins is going to get stood up, loses a yard, and the Bears force a turnover on downs. So the Bears have the ball here in the second quarter, and now PJ Walker's in the game, and he's going to be intercepted. Rashad Weaver just straight up baited him on that one, and that's a great play by our main reserve edge rusher. We wouldn't do anything with it, however, and now the Bears have the ball here, and now Walker's going to scramble, and he runs right into Sam Aquano, who gets the sack. The Bears would score another touchdown. They're up 14-0 now. 3 minutes to go in the first half, and Walker throws to the right side, and Eric Garr makes a nice play to make up for giving up the touchdown earlier. Later on in the quarter, it's 4th and 5 with about 1:15 to go. Willis is going to scramble to his right, and he's going to get run down, so he just throws it, and he finds Chris Moore, who's going to get inside the 10-yard line. So great job by Willis just improvising there. And now it's 1st and goal. Willis looks down the field, decides to scramble, and now Willis is going to try to run to the end zone, and he's going to do so successfully as he gets our first touchdown of the game and of the preseason, and it's 14-7. So now PJ Walker's trying to get the Bears in the end zone one more time before halftime. He's going to throw left side to Dante Pettis, and look at Elijah Molden. That man just got stiff arms straight up, and he's supposed to be the backup safety now, but we can't have things like that happening as Pettis gets into the end zone for the touchdown. We go to the third quarter now. Will Levis is in the game at quarterback, and he'll drop back. He'll roll to his right. He throws it, and it's going to be caught by Josh Wiley, who breaks a tackle, and Wiley is going to get across the 40 of Chicago. And definitely keep your eyes on Wiley as he had a really big preseason, just a little foreshadowing there. Caleb Shudak ends up making a field goal for us. That was a pretty long one, about 55 yards. So now it's 28-10 in the third quarter. Levis will hand it off to Julius Chestnut, who's going to cut outside, and Chestnut gets a big run. He's going to get into the Chicago territory and even stiff arms a defender as well. So Chestnut's definitely making a bid to get the starting job at running back. Now 3rd and 5. Levis will drop back, throws over the middle. He finds Racey McMath, and he's going to be tackled at about the 16. So McMath still trying to make the main roster for week 1. 3rd and 2. And Levis, on the read option, keeps it himself, and he's going to get into the end zone, except for the fact that we get called for holding, and it's Nicholas Petty-Frere. So that is not a good look for him at all, of course, with him being suspended for the first 6 games of the season. Shudak would make another field goal to make it 28-13. And now here's PJ Walker getting run down by Aquano. Aquano had a pretty solid game in this one. And now we'll go to the fourth quarter. The Bears are up 35-13. Here's a handoff to Chestnut. He gets to the outside, looking to get into the end zone, but can't get away from the Bears defense, but still a nice run. And now 2nd and goal. Levis is going to drop back, and he's going to throw to the right side to a wide open Trayvon Wesco for the touchdown. So we make it look a little bit more interesting, but we're still going to end up losing this one by a final of 35-19. But again, It's preseason. I'm not really worried about wins and losses. Levis went 12 of 24 for 174 yards and a touchdown, while Willis went 6 of 10 for 69 yards. Nice. Julius Chestnut had 88 yards on 16 carries. Haskins had 46 yards on 12. Willis had 28 yards and a touchdown on 3. And then, of course, Spears only had 2 carries for 4 yards before leaving with an injury. Josh Wiley had a really good game, 5 catches, 77 yards. Colton Dowell had 3 catches for 46 yards. Chris Moore, 3 catches for 58 yards. Elijah Molden had 8 tackles in this game, but again, he's going to have to do better than he did on that play that Pettis scored on him if he wants to stick around at safety. Next up, we have our matchup against the Minnesota Vikings, who, just like the Bears, are going to have their starters play in this game. They're actually going to have them play for the whole first half, which I hope Madden eventually fixes to where we can at least control that, but you know. So the Vikings got a touchdown on their first drive of the game, and now here's Willis handing it off to Spears, who's healthy, and he's going to pick up the first down, getting up to the 39. So nice run by him. Now 2nd and 7 for Tennessee. Willis out of the shotgun. We'll look down the field. He's going to let it fly to a wide open Josh Wiley. And he absolutely cooks Brian Asamoah and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. His last name might be Wiley, but he definitely looked like the Roadrunner on that play. Vikings have the ball now. It's 1st and 15 after a false start. And here's a handoff to Alexander Madison and Dr. Gibby, Jack Gibbons, with a nice tackle there. But the Vikings will get 2 more touchdowns as we head to the second quarter. Willis will throw underneath. He's going to find Spears, who's able to make the play for the first down. Dean Lowry's hurt for them. Now 2nd and 6 at about the 30. Willis is looking down the field, throws right side, and there's Wiley again. Wiley's not going to get to the end zone this time, but he's tackled at about the 6. Now it's 1st and goal, very next play. This time Spears gets the handoff on the read option, and he's going to get into the end zone for his first NFL touchdown. Granted, it's in preseason, but still his first NFL touchdown nonetheless. Now we go to 3rd and 2 for the Vikings, and here's Kirk Cousins on the play fake. He's going to be brought down for the sack as Rashad Weaver gets to him. Weaver's having a really good preseason so far. Will Levis is in the game now for Tennessee, and now he faces a 3rd and 8. Throws underneath, and there's Spears making the grab on the angler route for the first down. So now 2nd and 10. Levis is in the shotgun. He'll drop back. And he's going to throw right side to a wide open Nick Westbrook-Akine, who gets out of bounds at the 25. So now, about a minute to go in the half. Levis drops back, throws over the middle, and it's caught by Wiley for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And we are tied up at 21. The Vikings would get a field goal to make it 24-21. And now here is Mason Kinsey. He has a cult following, like I mentioned before, and he's going to get a big return here. And you already know all those Titans fans that love Mason Kinsey are going to love this one as he gets pushed out at the 33, but still a great return. And now we look to capitalize here as Hassan Haskins is in the game. He gets the handoff. Haskins is able to get across the 20 up to the 18. The drive would stall out once again, so Shudak's back out to kick the field goal here. It's about a 35-yarder, and he's able to make it. So Shudak has actually looked really good in preseason so far, and now I'm pretty much considering the job his at this point. The Vikings do get a touchdown, but now here is Chance Campbell coming through as he knocks Nick Mullins down for the sack. Later on in the drive, however, it's 3rd and 2. Here's a handoff, and that's going to be a tackle by Molden as their running back is hurt. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name. 4th and 1, Mullins drops back. Campbell can't get there in time, and Thompson just got beat by Ty Chandler. A safety just got beat on a slant route by a running back. Yeah, I don't think he's making the team, y'all. So later on in the 3rd quarter, Levis is still in the game. Double tight set for him. This time he'll hand it off to Haskins. Haskins gets a nice block, gets another one down the field, and Haskins, if he had the speed, he'd be gone. But still a great run by him as he's pushed out at the 12. And now it's 3rd and 13. Levis is in a shotgun all by himself. Looks down the field, and he throws right side, and a nice catch by Racey McMath for the touchdown. So McMath is really trying to get on this roster. He might still end up being a practice squad player, but we'll have to see. 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. Mullins drops back, and he's going to roll to his right. Then he launches one looking for Jalen Reagor, but a great job by Elijah Molden breaking that one up. and the Vikings would end up punting it. So now we have a chance to tie the game up here, 3rd and 12. Levis quickly throws it to Colton Dowell, and he finds a spot in the defense and is able to burn them for a touchdown. I actually had to call a hot route for that because I just saw the empty space there, and Dowell gets his first NFL touchdown. But the Vikings scored 20 unanswered in the 4th to win 58-38. Will Levis actually had a better game in this one. He went 11-24, so a worse completion percentage, but he had 3 touchdowns and 177 yards. Willis went 8 of 11 for 123 yards and a touchdown of his own. Tyjae Spears had 34 yards and a touchdown on 11 carries. Hassan Haskins 86 yards on 6 carries, including that 54-yarder that should have been a touchdown, but he just doesn't have the speed. Josh Wiley had a hell of a game, 5 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And of course, Colton Dowell with his long touchdown catch, and Reese McMath had one as well. Caleb Farley actually had a decent enough game. He had 9 tackles to lead the team. And Molden actually played a lot better at safety in this game as well. And I'm really impressed by how Eric Garr has played so far. Chance Campbell had 2 tackles for a loss and 2 sacks in this one. So he's definitely going to be in the mix for the starting middle linebacker spot. And Trey Avery was the only player who had a pass deflection in this game. We did pick up a couple of injuries in that game against Minnesota, including Shyheim Carter, who tore his labrum, so I placed him on injured reserve. And Julius Chestnut dislocated his knee, so he'll be out for 4 weeks, and I put him on IR as well. Now it's time for some Chris Moore appreciation because he's talking up Kyle Phillips a ton, and these two are in competition for the slot receiver spot. And yet he's talking up Phillips, saying that he can learn a lot from him and whatnot. That's just being a great teammate because he knows he's competing with him for the 3rd spot, but he's still going to teach him what he can. With Chestnut injured, I decided to go sign a running back as I said I would if there was an injury at the running back position. And I found Jalen Samuels, the former NC State running back, who I'm going to be signing to be a receiving back for the team. And I don't know that he's really going to compete for the starting job at this point, but I could definitely get him in as a 3rd down back. And to replace Shyheim Carter, I decided to sign Michael Griffin II. And no, he is not related to the former Titans free safety Michael Griffin. Now it's time for the 3rd and final preseason game as we host the New England Patriots, and Will Levis will be getting the start with the 2nd and 3rd teamers in this one, as we expect to see their first teamers for 3 quarters in this one. And sure enough, Mac Jones and Ezekiel Elliott are in the game. Jones with the play fake. He's looking down the field, throwing to the right side, but it's a great play by Garr. Eric Garr has had a hell of a preseason so far, and I really like his chances of making the team. 3rd and 1 for the Patriots as Jones hands it off to Zeke, and he is blown up in the backfield by Sam Aquano, who has also had a really good preseason. So now we go to midway through the 1st quarter, and here's Jaquez Patrick. He's going to get a lot of the carries today. He picks up 8. 2nd and 2. And Levis will again hand it off to Patrick, and he's just barely able to pick up the 1st down. So now 3rd and 6 for Tennessee as Levis drops back, and he's going to roll to his left. He's going to try to run, and I don't know what Patrick's doing there, but he should have blocked that guy that just laid out Levis. But luckily, we recover the fumble. Now, 4th and 1, Hassan Haskins comes in, and he powers his way forward for the 1st down. So now 3rd and 2 with a minute to go in the 1st quarter. Hand off to Patrick up the middle, and Patrick, with a nice run, picks up the 1st down. So now 1st and 10, 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Levis will drop back. And he has a wide open Josh Wiley who makes the grab. He's going to get away from Matthew Judon before being pushed out at the 11. So good catch. Wiley's had a great preseason so far. 2nd quarter now, 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Haskins. He goes right up the middle, and he's going to be tackled just short of the end zone, but it's going to be 1st and goal to go. And now here's a handoff to Haskins again. He's going to push his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So we strike first blood as we go up 7-0. I ain't gonna hold you guys. The rest of the game really wasn't worth watching. Look at this final score, and you're gonna see exactly why. Yeah. Levis did not have a good game at all in this one. He went 5 of 19 for 136 yards and a touchdown and 3 picks. Although I only threw one of those. He threw 2 pick sixes in Super Sim in the 3rd quarter before Malik Willis would come in. And he went 5 of 9 for 43 yards and a pick, so he didn't have a very good game either. Jaquez Patrick ended up rushing for 50 yards on 14 carries, and Haskins had the lone rushing touchdown for the team. We did miss one highlight in this game as Nick Westbrook-Akine had an 85-yard touchdown catch, but that was his only catch of the game. And honestly, the defensive stats weren't even worth looking at. So now we go to some of our signings right before the season, and we pick up Ronald Darby, the former Florida State corner, who spent time with multiple teams in the league, actually spent time with the Broncos last year, and we can just use the depth at corner 100%. And with signing Darby, we finally decided that we've had enough of Caleb Farley. We're going to send him to the Seahawks for a 5th and 7th round pick in next year's draft. And that's honestly more than we probably deserve for Farley because he has not been able to stay healthy. And when he has been healthy, he hasn't been good. Another signing we decided to make was signing Jermaine Ifedi. I still expect Chris Hubbard to start, but with NPF missing the next 6 games, I think it's only right we get a little more depth there. So he'll sign a 1-year deal worth $151 million, and he will provide very much needed depth on the offensive line in general. And speaking of depth, in order to get a little more depth at edge rusher, we re-sign another guy who used to play for the Titans in Ola Adeni. The Titans actually cut Adeni last December before the season even ended, but this is my franchise, and I actually really liked Adeni when he was on the field, so I'm going to bring him back. So now we take a look at our starting lineups heading into week 1 against the Saints. Ryan Tannehill, unsurprisingly, will be quarterback number 1. Malik Willis Will Levis for the 2nd spot. At running back, Tyjae Spears will be the starter. Trayvon Wesco will be the starting fullback. Of course, D-Hop and Traylon Burks will be receivers. Kyle Phillips actually wins the slot receiver job. And we actually do end up keeping 6 receivers, so Chris Moore, Nick Westbrook-Akine, and Colton Dowell all make the team. Josh Wiley will be tight end number 2 right behind Chigakonkwo. And our starting offensive line for week 1 will be Andre Dillard, Peter Skoronski, Aaron Brewer, Daniel Brunskill, and Chris Hubbard. Looking at the defense, Jeffrey Simmons, Tierra Tart, and Nico Autry, of course, are going to start. That wasn't even in question. Harold Landry and Arden Key also will be starting. That wasn't in question. Azeez Al-Shaair will be starting next to Monty Rice. And I actually ended up cutting Ben Neiman and Luke Gifford. So Chance Campbell and Jack Gibbons will be the main backups at middle linebacker. At corner, Sean Murphy-Bunting and Christian Fulton will be the starters, with Roger McCreary and Ronald Darby as the backups. And Eric Garr actually made the roster as well, so congratulations to him. Kevin Byard and Amani Hooker will be the starters at free safety and strong safety respectively. And Elijah Molden will be the main backup to both of them, with AJ Moore also on the roster as well. Ryan Stonehouse is always going to make the team as the punter, but Caleb Shudak is able to hold off Trey Wolf to be the kicker. But if he misses too many kicks, we might replace him. We'll have to see. Peter Skoronski is the long snapper, not that that really matters a whole lot. Stonehouse will handle kickoffs, and Kyle Phillips will both be the kick returner and punt returner on the team. Roger McCreary remains the nickel corner, while Ronald Darby will play in dime packages. Jeffrey Simmons, Danico Autry, and Harold Landry will be the rushers in passing situations. Azeez Al-Shaair will remain the sub linebacker. And on offense, like I said, Kyle Phillips will be playing in the slot. Jalen Samuels will be the third down back, and Hassan Haskins will be the power back. As far as our practice squad goes, it consists of Ian Book, Tylan Wallace, Racy McMath, Reggie Roberson, Andrew Rupsich, John Ojukwu, Chaz Surratt, Zach McLeod, Trey Avery, Mike Brown, Tyreek Jones, and Trey Wolf. The Titans' schedule starts off with the Saints this week, and then they take on the Chargers, then the Browns, Bengals, Colts, and Ravens before a Week 7 bye week. Then we have the Falcons, Steelers, Buccaneers, Jaguars, Panthers, Colts, Dolphins, Texans, Seahawks, Texans again, and Jaguars again. This is definitely not going to be an easy Week 1, however, taking on the Saints in New Orleans, but we'll talk more about the Saints in the next video. At any rate, I'm ready to get this season started, and I know you guys are as well. Life Without Derrick Henry starts next episode. If you guys made it this far into the video, I just want to say that I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake, so I love you like I love cake. But anyways, If you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit the sub button if you're new as well, and turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. But subscribing is really the part that would help me out, as 87% of my viewers are not subscribed to me for whatever reason. So if you're enjoying the content, hit that sub button. Also, make sure you guys go follow me over on Kick and on Rumble. The links to those will be in the description as well. Kick is basically my main streaming platform now, and I'm going to be playing some Madden 24 over there as well. Just a completely different series, so if you guys want to interact with me while I'm live, absolutely follow me over there. And Rumble, make sure you guys go follow me just in case anything happens to my YouTube channel ever. And also make sure you guys go sub to my Let's Play channel, where I'm currently playing Cassette Beasts, and we'll be playing Starfield when it comes out next month. And sub to my VOD channel, where I will be posting all the VODs that I stream over on Kick and on Rumble. And if you made it this far into the video, leave a comment with the hashtag Tennessee Tough.